12th. This is a meeting of the East Ridge Housing Commission. If everyone would like to join me for the Pledge of Allegiance, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, if we could please get a roll call.
Chairperson Davis.
Here.
Vice Chairperson Ezell.
Here.
Commissioner Souter.
Here.
Commissioner Thompson.
Here.
Commissioner Valone.
Here.
And that's it. Sorry, I'm new.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, if everyone has had an opportunity to look over the minutes from January 8th, if we could get a motion to approve if all in agreement.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. We have a motion and a second.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Vice Chairperson Ezell.
Yes.
Commissioner Souter.
Yes.
Commissioner Thompson.
Yes.
Commissioner Valone.
Yes.
Chairperson Davis.
Yes. Okay, at this time, if there is any communication or comments by the public, they're not involved in any cases today, could be heard. Let me just walk around that side. Okay, this time we can go ahead and get started. Tonight's agenda, we have 1440 Millboro Circle. This-
Millboro.
Millboro. That's kind of hard to say.
Amanda,
We'll put
we had
another-
the minutes from the emergency meeting too.
Oh, correct, I'm sorry, it's not on here. So if we could please, are they in here?
It's both together.
Yes, it is, okay. I apologize.
Both of them at the same time.
Okay.
We also have the minutes from emergency meeting February 5th. If we could please review those and get a motion to approve.
Make a motion to accept the minutes from February 5th emergency meeting.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second.
Vice Chairperson Ezell.
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Souter.
Yes.
Commissioner Thompson.
Yes.
Commissioner Valone.
Abstain.
Chairperson Davis.
Yes. Sorry about that. Let me get started for 1440. This property has been cited several times to the AHO without meeting compliance or getting a response from the owner. The exterior of the property needs to be completely cleaned up. There are several disabled vehicles and various items throughout the entire property. There have been numerous complaints from neighbors regarding this property. Ms. Tori, can you fill us in?
That's the sum of it.
Okay.
So we have tried to go through the administrative hearing process to get it resolved. I think we've gotten, not compliance, but we've gotten a response out of the property owner maybe once. We've sent it certified mail, regular mail, no response. Never really know what's kind of going on there. The neighbors are still complaining about the property. And at this point, this is my last resort. We've tried to be, I don't want to say lenient, but we've tried to go a different measure. And at this point, that it's not working.
How many times has it been from the AHO?
Attempted, I would say 6 or 7.
Have there been any fines
Couldn't.
placed?
We couldn't, because nobody would ever. So when we send a citation, or the code enforcement officers send citations, they send it with a return receipt and the certified green card on the back. So if we don't get that back and it's signed, they can't take it in front of the administrative hearing officer due to not having gotten satisfied service. So we're not 100% sure, even though we know it's more than likely been sent to them, they're just ignoring it. We don't know that, and for just the record and things of that sort, we won't take it.
And this is just the external part of the property. We don't know the inside.
No. I'm kind of afraid to know the inside.
Okay.
Is this a rental investment property?
Nope.
Nope.
Owner occupied.
And I'm thinking
Talk.
that this person has been in front of us in connection with another property prior, just last year.
Correct.
I was
So,
trying to find that before I got here today, and I couldn't.
I was going to bring that property along with this property. However, that property had recently sold, I want to say last month. So I asked the code enforcement officer for this side of the city to give them a little bit of time. Maybe they need to get it cleaned out. I'm not real sure what their intentions are just yet. But you know, a week or two, if we're not seeing progress of things getting removed out of there, then reissue the citation. And if that owner is not going to come into compliance, we can take it a different route. But I wanted to give them a chance since it did change hands.
Do you know the name of the new owner?
I can find it for you, but I know it's not under either of them.
Well, what's the name of this property?
Who's under this property? Joshua Shadwick.
Josh who?
Shadwick.
Chadwick.
I believe his grandfather had a property, and it was his father.
It was his dad.
Over on
Dad.
Lazard. That's the one that sold.
Yeah, and I think he came with his dad, maybe in 22 or 23. Since this is just a show cause and it's not here, what are our options?
You did.
Hello. I'm sorry? This is Housing Commission. Are you here for a property?
Which one? Come on
Okay,
in.
please come in. We're discussing now. Hi, come on up. And what is your name? Brandy. And what is your relationship to Mr. Shadwick?
Dating.
So you don't have any,
He was arrested yesterday, so he can't be here. And we're working on cleaning up the property. Like right now, there's just been a bit of a halt in it. His ex-girlfriend is pretty much holed up in the place, and we can't get in.
is there any likelihood of knowing when he'll be released?
Could be up to 2 weeks. Like it's honestly, I don't have a lot of details on the whole situation.
Okay. Are you residing at the property?
No.
Okay. You're here just to let us know that he was arrested and can't be here.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay. Is he in Hamilton County, which has no
Yeah,
bearing? I was just curious.
He was at court yesterday, and I don't know, something about an ankle monitor.
Okay. So what are our options?
I was asking, how was service perfected on Mr. Shadwick?
I sent it certified mail and I posted it on the property.
All right.
We just received the flyer on the gate like 3 days ago. And I don't know if that's because that's when it was posted or if that's just because that's when he got it.
I posted it on 2/7. I posted it the day that I also sent it out and issued the citation, so.
Nice to know.
It's pretty close.
The ex-girlfriend's got a bad habit of not showing him anything. We're working on it though, I can promise you that. Like, we've got people over there right now cleaning it up for him.
Okay. All right. So, well, your options here. I mean, you've got posting on it. And we got records that he has, but I mean, posting is sufficient for getting service of notice of the violation. To the extent that there is a finding, which sounds like there may be, of debris and dangerous conditions that would warrant immediate or at least requirement of cleanup of the property, you do have to give 10 days, minimum 10 days. And I generally like to give a call back, at least one, because of the appeal period. The appeals, I mean, under the Housing Commission, appeals are within 10 days, but there is case law that suggests they have 30 days to appeal. And so you can post it and essentially certainly comply by giving him between now and our next Housing Commission date is when? I think it's the 19th, I think, or is it the 26th?
No.
I thought it was the 12th.
12th of March.
Oh,
March and
excuse me.
February are the
You're right.
same.
It's the
So
second. I'm
12th.
thinking HO. So it'd be the 12th, right?
Mhm.
So, So they'll have 28 days, 4 weeks to get it repaired and brought into compliance, which gives Mr. Shadwick 4 weeks to get this thing into the compliance that it needs to be.
Can I get like a to-do list on this? Because I'm not from the city. I have no clue.
Ms.
wouldn't
Holder
mind.
will identify for you. And then this would be an order for cleanup. If the cleanup does not get completed, then the city will put out bids to complete the cleanup, to bring the property into compliance, and then whatever cost gets attached to the property as a lien against the property. So, but that's would be the action, recommended action step of this panel.
All right, thank you. If you could please share your information with Tori, and then also, do you have Joshua's information? We also need
Told you
his
we can't
contact
get in
information.
contact ever, so I could.
Yeah, we need his contact information as well.
Right now, it's Hamilton County.
I was
Well,
gonna say, we can
once he
take all
gets
kinds of
out,
notes on that now.
in 2 weeks. Are there any other owners on this property, or just Joshua?
It's just Josh.
Yeah, he's the only one that should be living there.
And you stated that cleanup had already began?
Well, he had started on it yesterday, and then he had to come to court, and when he came to court, they took it.
Okay.
So, I have some of his friends over there right now trying to clean it up. And we have an issue with the girl that keeps leaving her junk over there. But it'll be cleaned up, I can guarantee you that.
What are, just, if you don't mind me asking, what are they doing with all the stuff? 'Cause, I mean, there's a lot.
We haven't made it that far yet. Like,
Oh.
moving the vehicles and getting the bigger items out of the way, and then the rest of it, if we could get a dumpster, it would be great, but I don't know.
You can go online and rent one, or the city. You can rent one through the city of Eastridge as well.
Okay, that would be very helpful.
Yeah.
Josh's information.
Is the rest of the property, I know this was due to complaints from neighbors and it being just really unkept outside, but does the structure, from what you saw when you did the posting, does all of that look safe? Does everything else, this is just primarily debris in the yard? Okay,
From what I could see, I mean, again, I'm not behind that gate, so
Right.
I don't know, I'm not close to it, but from what I could see, I didn't really see anything structurally wrong with it.
The best answer I have is crazy ex-girlfriend likes to make big messes. And we're cleaning it all up now.
I would suggest that once you get it cleaned up, being prior to our next meeting, Ms. Tori will need to come back out and take a look and verify and see what's going on with it.
Will he need to come back to the next meeting?
Yes.
Yes, Joshua will need to be here if at all possible. Unfortunately, since you're not the property owner, it kind of restricts what
Oh, yeah, I don't want to have to do this again.
what you can do and what we can do.
I just wanted to make sure that because he is trying, he is working on it, and it's a lot.
Is the ex-girl still there?
Right this minute, she actively is, and she shouldn't be. She was broken in today when he went to jail.
She went to jail?
No, not
Oh,
this time.
Oh,
but
I
no,
thought I misunderstood.
no, he went to jail yesterday, and she's, I guess, broken in and is holed up in the house. And I'm running late. We're about to get Eastridge over there now and see if we can't get her out.
The water leak that was at the end of the driveway, did somebody come fix that?
I have no clue.
Was it active water line?
It was coming out of the ground, out at the end of the gate where you drive into the driveway. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, I think the TAWC went out to check it because I had asked for them to check and make sure it wasn't on their side. I didn't get an answer back, but I'm pretty sure I seen the truck go down there, so.
I don't know. I'll ask him when he calls back.
If you're looking at the driveway, it comes out of the right-hand side and runs across the driveway.
Okay. That's where the line is at?
That's where the water's coming from.
Okay. I will check with it.
Right now with all the rain, it might be hard to see, but definitely be flowing, for sure. Okay. If we can get a motion on, that, here's the thing. It has to be cleaned up before our next meeting, or we will get bids and get it done, because although this is the first time it's been in front of us, and I know that you have no dog in this fight, but you can let him know as well. It's been in front of, it's been an issue, and everyone's tried to get a hold of him, and, you know, he hasn't had fines. He hasn't had any of that. There's been no repercussions for this property, and all the neighbors have had to deal with it, and it has to stop. So,
And he did send you to represent him, correct?
Yes.
okay, so you can let him know if any way possible. And to have the city come out and clean it up, it is not cheap
I imagine
at
not.
all. And you don't want to have to go through that. And then going forward, it has to stay in code. Okay. Any other questions? Bob? Okay, we can get a motion.
This is my last meeting. Surely you'll make it for me.
I thought you might want to.
No, I'll second it for you. How about that?
Well, I would make a motion based on testimony to pass this on to March the 12th meeting, realizing that the property will be brought into compliance at that time. And there will be a representative here, either Mr. Chadwick or yourself or someone else he sends.
And if not,
So you're making motion to give the owner 28 days to come in compliance. And Mr. Chadwick must be here at the next meeting to say that it is written, along with codes has to accept it.
That's
And if not, that we, as a board, will put out bids to have it cleaned up and put a lien on that house.
That's correct.
I thought that's what you said.
have a motion. Okay. You need a second?
Second.
All right, thank you. We have a motion and a second.
Vice Chairperson Ezell,
Yes.
Commissioner Souter,
Yes.
Commissioner Thompson,
Yes.
Commissioner Valone,
Yes.
Chairperson Davis.
Yes. Okay. So we will see you or Mr. Chadwick on the 12th of March, and the property will be cleaned up. Great, okay.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time. Okay. That's all we have on our agenda tonight. Comments from the commission and the board, discussions.
You're free to go.
I do have a question about our emergency meeting. Have permits been pulled?
Yes.
Do we know if, I know we're in the middle of this beautiful weather. Do you know if anything's happening over there?
Yes, I do.
There's a lot happening.
Yes.
So that one unit was condemned?
Yes.
The animal services called?
Didn't have to be.
Okay, good.
Didn't have to be. You know, you always get a different story from the tenants every single
course.
time that you go through something. So in the beginning, it's, oh, we're not going to live here anymore. We're moving out anyways. And then when I post this nice, beautiful yellow placard on the wall that says condemned, they call me and say, well, when can I go back in? And I say, you can't. So yeah, here we are with that one. So I do know that they have gone in the units, especially the ones that I've kind of specifically told them about with like the plumbing issues. A lot of it just needed to be tightened. I know that they fixed the plumbing connection underneath the house that was leaking the sewage, and they also had somebody come out and sanitize and clean that up. I think that's what the biggest thing that they did the first thing. When I went out to post the condemnation placard, I think the next day they had their guys out there. I mean, working day in, day out. They had appliances being brought in. So I actually have to contact Mr. Riley tomorrow anyways. So I'll kind of see. I sent him my list of all the units that had issues that I will go in myself and make sure that those have been corrected.
Bless you.
I don't want to put more on codes than what y'all already have, but have you kind of thought about any of their other properties and what kind of condition they're in?
Oh yeah, yeah. I have another one that's an AHO right now. So
Okay.
I will say, anytime that I have had to issue citations on this property, or any of the properties that they manage, own, however you want to look at it, they are very good about getting what I want done and bringing properties into compliance. This one was just so big and the issues were so broad that I did not want to go the AHO route. Like, it was more important to bring it here, but
It's scary though that it has to get to that
yeah.
before things are taken care of and they just don't do the right thing.
That's the kind of person he is. Rather than fix it, he waits till he has to.
He should be held accountable.
Well, they also had, if I read the police briefings right, for the last few days, there's been 3 calls out to Carwell Drive.
Was it police or EMS or?
Police.
Police, yeah. Domestic and stuff like that.
Are the owners aware? I don't know. I don't get in that because that's not my business, but
Well, it turns into a nuisance though.
it does. But essentially, that's not for me to.
Right. Right. Okay. And is this,
The Josh Chadwick thing is gonna be tough on y'all, I can tell you that. He don't care.
well,
Now that we're off the record, he does live down down the street from me. I've stopped him many times in the middle of the street and asked him to slow down because he flies down our dead-end street. That we have elderly people that walk on and kids. He don't care. The reason why I asked if you knew who bought the dad's house, the black car he used to run up and down the street with it, I understand he's hid it because
I'll
people
tell
are
you
looking for it and he don't want to lose it. So I'm thinking he had a buddy buy the other house and all the stuff will probably stay at that yard.
I don't know. What's the address to that one? 5203? You remember?
Maybe on Lazard.
Uh-huh.
That sounds about right.
No.
But anyway, I don't he might clean up what little bit to get by, but it'll go right back. In the backyard, which is only about, maybe at best from here to the wall wide, is the backyard to Glen Oak subdivision.
right,
And so they have to sit and look at that nastiness too.
yeah.
And, it's a lot to, you're gonna have trouble with.
For the charge that he was arrested on, that's kind of curious if we have been in the home and if that's a danger to any surrounding homes.
5302, it's Chateau, I guess. I don't know how to say that. Holding? No, it doesn't look like that.
No.
Holding LLC, which if it's an LLC, I can look it up and see. But
Company bought it to make it a rental.
they bought it, well, sale date says 1/17 of 25.
So they bought it to make it a,
For 90,000.
So, spell that.
I'm just gonna bring it to you.
Okay.
I don't think that's how you say it. I don't know.
Back to the nuisance, the police nuisance. That's really not something that we can handle, right? No.
I don't know if nuisance property comes before us or not.
If it's a, is that, I said it right? Okay. If it's a
Well,
health risk, yeah.
yeah, now.
yeah, I'm thinking the
different
Waverly.
versions of the others.
Just law being called for people fighting and stuff like that over and over and over. It wouldn't come here, it'd go to HO, wouldn't it?
I wouldn't think
I
so.
mean, for fighting would be one that's probably under the nuisance that was undertaken with Budget Tell.
Okay.
Yeah,
You said for the budget too? Is that what you just said?
It just.
nuisance.
a
Well, that's what I was
different-
about
a
to
different
say.
nuisance.
That's a good, yeah, that's a good.
And typically though, in my mind, if there's a nuisance property and police are being called out there all the time and there's other problems, there's other problems too. It's not just that. If there's that going on, then there's something else going on and, you know, it's just,
All day long when it's property compliance.
Yeah.
But I ain't touching
Yeah.
their stuff.
right,
Mm-mm.
okay. And with the Shadwick, if it's not cleaned up and we do order the cleanup and that's put a lien on, there's nothing stopping him from making a mess again and us doing it again and again until the house is taken because he doesn't pay the lien on the taxes, which is 2 years.
No. Four. My thing is, I don't know who this lady is. I'm not trying to discredit anybody, but it takes me back to the Flynn Drive situation. I'm not doing that again. I don't,
No.
if you're not the owner, I don't trust anybody.
No. And she could have been the ex-girlfriend for all we know.
That's, I don't know.
And
because
that's why I
told
was
y'all-
like,
We got
She
the
really
phone
don't
call
have a-
today.
no,
She
dog
has
in the
no,
fight.
uh,
No,
she can't go get that girl out of the house, let's
No.
put it this way.
no.
It's not her house.
No.
It's a big deal down the street.
Just for instance, if someone was making things in their home that were dangerous, would that be a codes thing?
Depends on
If
what
they were
you're trying-
manufacturing in their
Mm,
home?
Yes and no. It would be more of, we let crime suppression know and they watch the house.
Okay.
They deal with that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Well, they call us in. I'm sure I've been called in before when they've had to serve search warrants on different things for different.
Okay.
What was he arrested for again?
Manufacturing.
When?
This last time down in Hamilton County, Mr. Shadwick. Did you say manufacturing and stuff like that?
That was in 2009.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I
do
thought
not
that
know the
was.
most recent one. He had a Walker County one last a while back. I want to say last
And
year.
this one was probably for previous charges because
Sounds
he went
like
to court.
Mike. If he came to court here last night, he had outstanding warrants. Is my guess, but I don't know why I'm not able to find it. But it's not in the Hamilton County. But it's possible that it was processed through East Ridge and hasn't quite made it to the Hamilton County one yet.
Okay. All right. Awesome. If there's anything else?
Enjoyed my stay.
We're gonna miss you.
I hope
We
you get
are.
a good one. I'll be sitting in the audience for a while. I'll come.
Awesome. Awesome. If there's nothing else, meeting adjourned and we'll reconvene March 12th. So many fun things. Awesome. Thank you.